to my channel. My name is Amy. This is a Flosstube, and yeah, I try to be as organized as I can, and it just never works that way. I think this is Flosstube 32, and yeah, I don't think I have that much to share. I'm kind of starting to confuse myself a little bit because I'm also recording for my Patreon. So this last week I haven't recorded anything for the Patreon, and so now I feel like I shared stuff with you guys that I didn't actually share. I had to go back and watch last week's Flosstube to double check. It's one of those things. So my name is Amy. This is a channel about crafting, mostly diamond painting and cross stitch. Lately it's been mostly cross stitch, but sewing. I'm going to share some sewing today, and crocheting. Oh, I'll have to show you guys my crochet thing. I might have to insert that somewhere else through this. I'm wearing this big old sweater because my son had the air conditioner on upstairs. We haven't turned our air conditioners off. It's already, today's the day after Thanksgiving, and we've been using our air conditioner upstairs up until this point. So yeah, hold please, because somebody's texting me. Anyway, yeah, so we've been using the air conditioner still because last week it was still in the 80s here. I don't know what the hell's going on, because last year it was still cold, like at this time. I mean, it was getting cold at this time, and now it's like not. I don't know. And I don't know what happened here, but I have like a little scab here where I was picking at it. Whatever, adult acne. So, I don't have a whole lot of stitching to share. I still stitched a lot, don't get me wrong, but I did a lot of other stuff too. So first, let me talk about Flossmas months are still open. We still have spots open, and let's see. By the time this video goes up, all the Black Friday stuff will be over, but I did have a Black Friday sale. This probably isn't going to go up until maybe Saturday. I don't know. And then, let me see what else. Oh, Patreon. I have a bunch of different tiers on there, so if you're interested in seeing what those are, you can go into the description box and check that out, because I do post vlogs over there, and then I'm also moving most of my diamond painting content over there. It'll be whip and chats, so I plan on doing like 1 to 2 a month of whip and chats, and those are going to be exclusively for Patreon people, like for patrons, is that how you say it? And let me see what else. Did you guys like my whip parade? That took forever to film, and I think I got it done to less than an hour, but it was fun. I had fun filming it. I plan on doing some other stuff, like going through these bins and showing you guys my fabric. The stuff that I have kitted was not shown in my whip parade because that's not stuff I've started yet. It's just stuff that's kitted. And then like other stuff down there, yeah. And then I still missed a whip. I didn't show you guys my Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow whip because I had left it in the cart and I kept forgetting to go and get it. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to put the photo in there when I rendered it into 4K. And then once that was done, I couldn't add the photo anymore unless I'd have to render it again. And I wasn't going to do that because the videos that are an hour take a long time, and I use my phone. And when I do the rendering, I can't close the program or it'll stop. I can close it and like go do something real quick, but then I have to go back to the editing program and leave it open while it finishes processing itself into 4K. I don't know why. It's like the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if that's something that they're going to work on. I don't know. So let's get started with the stitchy stuff. So right after last week's video, I felt like I showed this to you guys, but I went back through my other Flosstube and I didn't show it unless I missed it, which is very possible. I might have already shown this. I don't know. But I had a new start and a finish, which is the J is for Jacob one, and I'm seriously having like deja vu where I think I showed this to you guys. You can't see because of the stupid lines. I use this piece of Ada that I got off of D-Stash. This is a free chart from Plum Street Samplers, and I used Mystical Diamond Art Smoke. So I mentioned before that I'm going to try to always have a whip to show every week that's using some kind of floss from Mystical Diamond Art Floss of the Month. Just so you guys can see the floss in action, see the different colorways. You might not always be able to get the colorway that I'm showing, but that's kind of how it kind of works. So the way I'm running it is similar to like Victorian Motto, the way that they did theirs, where right now everybody's getting the same floss. So if I have 10 people or I have 600 people, the way I plan on running it is everybody gets the same floss. And no repeats because I'm not re-dyeing anything, stuff like that. So this piece of Ada I'm also saving for the ES for Edward. I'm going to do them on matching, and I'm thinking of turning them into little hanging things, but I'm not sure yet. And this is also from Plum Street Samplers. It's free on their blog. So there's that. I'm stitching that in the red. What do you do with the red? Right here. Edward is going to be on Schoolhouse Red. So there's that. Then, let's see. Move that out of the way. Other whips that I had. So I also worked on a Hade. I worked on Magic Steady by Rose Con. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw this already because I posted the progress on there. And I need to make a cover for this because I don't plan on taking it off the scroll frame. So I want to make a thing that goes around this whole thing. My problem is that how big this is, the fabric, is that I can do quite a bit more, but I have the fabric folded because that's how big it is. And so I'm going to have to take it out at some point and redo it. Maybe at that point I'll put in a Q-snap. I don't know. Maybe I need a... Did I make a bigger Q-snap than an 11 by 11? I think, you know what? I do have a Q-snap bigger than that. Maybe I'll put it on that at that point. I don't know. But this is my progress on that. I got a ton done on this. So I did 1,000 stitches one day, which is the day I showed it on Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram and look there and then come back and look at this, there's even more progress because after that I put in all of this down here. So I think it was another 300 or 400 stitches. So this week I got roughly 1,500 stitches on this. And then this is the color I was working on the last time, so I left it there. These are doing absolutely nothing. I just had them in the project bag and threw them on here to get them out of my way, but I hate these things. These don't work. And the people that are telling you they work, I don't know. Maybe I got, like, when you order an off-brand and it's not quite the same as the name brand. I cannot get them to work in the slightest. So they were there, so I just put them on. But I have a whole fucking bag of these stupid things. So anyway, Magic Steady by Rose Con. I'm going to try to maybe make the cover today. I don't know, because I haven't even started on Floss of the Month yet either. So that also needs to get done soon. The dyeing part's quick. It's the separating of the threads that takes a long time. So, I don't know why I took this out. What else did I work on? So, Harry Potter book covers. I don't know if I showed this last week. If I did, I will pop a picture over right here. This is where I'm at now. I have a couple of issues with this pattern already. For some reason around the letters, she has some really weird coloring around the letters. So this is already starting the R, the other R. And so I think I'm going to keep it for that one. And then the rest of the letters, I'm probably going to change because the letters are solid on the real books. But on here, they're have some funky coloring around them, and if you look at the chart, it's because that's how they're charted. You can see that there is like pinks around here, so the green looks fine. I shouldn't have any issues with the green, but I can tell in the gray, in the silver, on the blue right here, I'm gonna have some issues there. It's hard to show you guys right there, but I can see it here in person, and so I'm probably going to adjust it because I'm not happy with the way that they're coming out. Like the A and the R here, they do not need these pinks and purples in there. Like I could have just put another row of silver and it would have looked fantastic. So I'm probably going to change it for the rest. From far away, it still looks absolutely perfect, which is ideally where you're supposed to be looking at it from here anyway. I still have a couple of blank spots because, like I said, it's literally the only stitch of that color right there. Same thing here. It just only stitches. So I think I might pull this out again this coming week. It just depends. Maybe not, because like I said, I had to get the floss of the month ready for December. So we'll see about that. I'm not going to sneak peek the floss of the month yet from November. I will show that in next week's Flosstube. So keeping on with the whips, I pulled out Minnie Heaven's Window from Heaven and Art Designs by Andy Russell, and the bottom. I started in the bottom because the top is super color blocked and I didn't want to get out. I don't want to get bored right away, and I am messing up so bad on this. I'm messing up a lot, and so I'm contemplating starting over and doing the full size. Let me see, it's gonna be 13 by 9 on 25 count. So I'm thinking of getting some more 28 count because I'm doing this 2/110, and so I'm thinking of getting 28 count and restarting it to 1/1, but I'm not sure because you guys know that I don't like 1/1 stitching. So 25 count would be 12.5. So I don't know. I really don't know, because this is how big it would be if I did it. You can see I have a good healthy border, but whoops, it still wouldn't be, I mean, you know, so there's 3 fingers there and 3 fingers here. So it'd be a good size. So maybe I can do 18 count. I'd have to do the math and see what that's going to look like. But this is all I have done. And I know I messed up a little bit here, and I messed up on this side. Somehow my stitches are not right there. And I checked and checked and checked and checked. I'm doing this old school on a paper chart as well. The mini ones, I do them on paper charts because it's better. I'm pulling my calculator out. For me, this is a type of floss tube. It's going to take me all day because I keep getting interrupted. So if I redid it on 18 count, it would be 18 by 249. 18 by 14. It's still pretty big. But I also have a bunch of these not a bunch, I think I have like 2 of these hardingers, and I took it out thinking that I might be able to start it on hardinger. So I want to do a test. Did I do a test patch already on this? I think I did. This is I think this is part of what Amy sent. No, I didn't. What did I do a test patch on? I did a test stitch on something. I could have sworn it was this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's no test stitch on here. what did I test stitch on? I don't know. I test stitched on something. So I have this piece of hardanger that I honestly not going to use. I had an alphabet inside of it. It's from Flamingo Mills. I don't know. I'm pretty sure either Amy sent this to me or it came in the eBay haul that I bought months ago. It's a 12 by 18 piece, which would be big enough for this if I did 22 count. So I have to come on here and see if it'd probably have to be 1/1, to be completely honest. I test, oh, it was 25 count Lugana. That's what I test stitched. For something that I'll show you guys in a little bit. I'll show you guys that. That's what I was test stitching on. So I'm thinking of restarting Heaven's Window on this because I have all of this. It's not much, to be honest. And I have the paper thing printed, so I'd have to print a new page of that. So I'm thinking of starting it over on this. I don't know, maybe. It's such a gorgeous piece. If I did it on 25 count, it'd be 13 by 9, and I'd have to do it 1/1. Honestly, that wouldn't be bad either. I hate stitching 1/1, but for some reason, I think it'd be easier for me to keep track of my crosses if I'm only using one thing, because with the tent, you're doing half the cross, but you're not using all the holes. So like here, those stitches are right next to each other. Here in the middle, those two, but then you see how I'm not using the bottom hole or the top hole on the others. Does that make sense? I don't know. So, I don't know. This is kind of like in the air for me right now. I have it out because I'm trying to decide if that's something that I want to do or what. Just, I have this in a project bag from Erica D. House. I think her Etsy shop's called like Star Hollow Stitchery or something. But she makes these for a very affordable price. I think they're like $22 to $25, which to me, I'm just a tight ass. But it's reasonable for that. And then I also worked a little tiny bit on Emily's house from Lindy Stitches. I have a couple of patterns from Lindy Stitches, but this is the one. Oh no, I started that damn window. I started Dracula's Confession too, but if you guys are OGs then you know, you know. But I didn't get very far on this. I'm stitching this on, I don't know if it's 18 or 16 count, but it's Mummy from Bestitch Me. And I was getting bored with the border, and so I went ahead and started the house. So I finished the crow's feet, and then I started the house here. And it's some kind of Weeks Dye Works. I don't know what color that I'm stitching with right now, and this is a sulky. Stitching with sulky is not bad. And I think, no, I did two over 1 with the sulky. Yeah, I did 2/1 with the sulky, and it wasn't bad. But I know there's a lot of people who are doing 1/1 with the sulky on the higher count fabrics. That's the highest I'll go is 32 because I can't see it. It gives me a headache. I mean, I can see, but you need really good lighting, and a lot of the time I don't stitch in really good lighting for it to be that. This is what the sulky looks like. This is very nice to sew with too. This one's called, I don't know what this one's called. It came with, I just went on to, I think I just went on to 1, 2, 3 Stitch and took it. You know how they tell you what each chart comes with? I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. Those are the numbers on it. That's what the called for. It has a name, but it doesn't say it on here. Whatever. So, there is that. That is all my whips that I am working on, or did work on this week. Oh no. I worked a little bit on this as well. I have it loosened up, but I worked a little bit on this. I finished the blah 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 blah. I finished the plant on this side. This branch, it's bigger, way bigger. And then I started a little bit on this, and I just was not feeling it. I was really wanting to finish this before 2020 was over. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's because the last 3 days I have not stitched a whole lot. So it is what it is. I did have a new start. I told you guys, so since I finished the J is for Jacob, I didn't start the E is for Edward right away. Haven't started it yet. So I went ahead and started the All Forest embroidery one that I showed you guys a couple, I think in my last Flosstube, I showed you guys because I wanted to do more stuff with the MDA floss. And so I started, this is a free pattern from All Forest right now. And I went ahead and started it the other day. This is what I got. So I feel like I got a good bit done. I could have gotten a larger start on it, but I was watching Supernatural. I started it over again. And so yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, and then I watched a movie with my husband. What do I watch? I can't remember. It was something about, it didn't have any actors in it that we knew. It was like a Netflix exclusive, and it was about this chick who's came up, she worked like in a marketing firm that made apps, and she came up with this dating algorithm thing. I don't know. So that's where I got. For this, I converted the whole entire thing. So for the leaves, I'm using Pea Soup for Mystical Diamond Art. This came out in this month in November. That was the sneak. I'm using Pumpkin, which came out last month in October from Mystical Diamond Art. I'm using Cookie. I can't remember when this one came out, but it has already been released. This is for the wheels. And then I'm using Rise and Shine from Victoria Motto for the outside of the carriage and some of the other smaller pumpkins around the border. So yeah, that's my color conversions for that, and that's something else I worked on. Oh, I'm stitching this also on the 32 count linen that came in the Frogwarts box, because it won't fit the Frogwarts pattern that came with it, at least not the way that I want to stitch it, because I want to do a whole piece and it's not gonna fit. Okay, so that was kind of plans and whips at the same time. So let's do more plans. So no, we'll do haul and then we'll move into plans, because I have to haul. Part of plans includes something from the haul. So I got my nest egg from Classic Colorworks, and we got no, it's not nest egg from Classic Colorworks, it's nest egg from 3 Owl Threads, and I get the Classic Colorworks version. So for this, we're doing Golden Star. This is what she sent me this month. Clay Pot. This is a nice pinky color. Creamy Peach. Deep Blue Sea. Cottage Garden, which I don't know what I would do with this. I feel like this looks a lot like, do you see that? You can't really tell. This one here, Hanging, was from the Frogwarts thing as well. It came with the thing of floss by, was it also Classic Colorworks? Or, no, I think they're Color and Cons. I don't know, something. Eggshell. This is nice. That'll fit a lot of patterns. Bramble Bush. This one reminds me a lot of Caterpillar. I don't know who makes Caterpillar. I don't know if it's them or somebody else. Fresh Brew. Dandelion Stem. You can see the variegation on that big time. And Finley Gold. This is a nice gold color. This might look good in my whiskey chart from Heartstring Samplery. So I don't think that's part of the kitted stuff. So this is going to go on my floss wall. And I did get more hooks because this isn't enough. Okay. So then I'm kind of going to go on a little rant here. So October came and went, and I never received my Victoria Motto Floss of the Month. I mentioned in my last Flosstube that I canceled my Victorian Motto Floss of the Month. Now, I don't like saying bad things about small businesses because they work hard and they're not a big company, so there's less people working, doing the business stuff and things. And so, but I feel like lately there's a couple of companies, small businesses, that are just taking people's money and not shipping items out. If you do your research, you'll find them. They're very big names. I see a couple of larger floss tubers shouting them out still, and I think it's because they just don't know. They go based off of their experience, but it's no wonder that the large floss tubers are still getting their orders when they do order from these companies, because they're shouting them out constantly when lesser known people aren't getting their orders and they're just having their money taken. And not even lesser known people, just everyday people, not even floss tubers, aren't getting the orders that they're ordering. Some of these people, one of them, I'm not going to name their name, Amy ordered from them and never got what she ordered. And I went onto their Facebook page and looked at their reviews, and there was several reviews that had been posted. I think this was in October, of people saying that they never got their order. However, this company is still putting up regular floss tube videos. Like, what? Like, how do you find the time to make a regular weekly video if you can't get these orders out to people and they're waiting months for something that they gave you money for, and you're not answering emails, you're not putting disclaimers on your videos or your website or anything, that you're behind? Nothing. It makes no freaking sense to me. But these companies are still getting away with it because nobody's saying anything. So I just really recommend, before I know a lot of stitchers see something in somebody's floss tube and they're like, oh, I gotta go order that, even if it's from a company you've never heard of. And that's one of the things that I love about the community and the small businesses, is that we all look out for small businesses. And it's great because I'm a small business myself, but it allows these people to keep getting away with it. And there aren't new companies by any means. So anyway, my problem, backtrack a little bit. My problem with Victoria Model was that October came and went, paid for my October floss of the month, and I never got it. November came. Coming into the first week of November, I sent them an email. They never responded. I waited a week. I sent them another email, and I got this really short response from Tom stating that so Nancy's had some kind of health things going on lately, and we all know that she had, I think, ankle surgery. So when I felt like maybe August or so, they had sent an update telling us that she was having a surgery coming up, but that they were still processing orders, but they were going to be a little bit slower. Well, Nancy took some time off because she couldn't get around, supposedly. So we knew they were falling behind. It was very apparent that they were falling behind. You get your invoice on the first of every month like clockwork, but people aren't getting their flosses of the month. So second week in November came, and I started to get really frustrated. I sent them another email and I said, look, I need my tracking number right now. I said, this is ridiculous. I had also spoke with another floss tuber who said that she's been waiting on stuff for months, and I was not going to pay another floss of the month subscription fee if I was not getting what I was paying for. It's one thing to be behind, but if you're picking and choosing which customers you're telling are behind. Yeah. Sitting here, what are you doing? Sitting here, what are you doing? Then I feel like it gets a little bit shady, because I know so many people who are in the Victoria Model Floss of the Month. So when I was asking them about these updates, they were like, no, I didn't get that update. I never read that update. And so it's like really weird. So second week comes, and so it's an email from Tom saying, yes, we're catching up. Your order is due to be shipped tomorrow. Expected tracking number tomorrow. I said, okay. I think this is a Wednesday. So I waited until Friday. Nothing. So then I sent another email on Friday and I said, hey, look, I waited a day longer than you told me to wait. I still haven't gotten my tracking number. Where is it? Can I please just have the tracking number? I got an email from Nancy that, I don't know if it was that day or the next day, or maybe a couple of days later. And she said, sorry, Tom missed your order. It's going to go out on Monday. I said, okay. Monday came. Nothing. Tuesday came. Nothing. So at that point, I was already frustrated as it is. Like, don't tell me you're going to send me a tracking number twice and then don't do it. So I sent another email and said, look, can you just cancel my order? I said I paid for Floss of the Month for October on this date, and I still haven't gotten it. I said I've seen other people who have gotten theirs, and I've also talked to other Flosstubers who are saying that they are waiting for months for some of their stuff. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I said, if you can't give me what I paid for, I'm going to be filing a claim with my bank tomorrow. So I essentially said, you have 24 hours to respond to me, which I felt like was kind of harsh. But at the same time, I don't like being given the runaround. So that day, I got a response back from Nancy saying that she was going to refund my order. So I hadn't checked my emails at that point. So I went back, and immediately before her response about refunding me, she had refunded me. And so I thought, okay, great. It's done. It's over. Don't have to worry about it. And I'm not even fucking kidding you. Like 4 or 5 days later, I got another email from Tom saying, oh, we're behind. Your order's going to go out tomorrow. Again, I was like, what the fuck is this dude thinking? So I sent another response back and I said, thank you for your help, Tom, but Nancy already refunded me and canceled my future Floss of the Month orders because I don't want to be a part of that club anymore. And that was it. But there was more things that Tom had told me in the email, like excuses why they said that they were behind, which I don't feel like is my place to say. The statements that he told me, it's the best word that I can say because I don't feel like they're true statements, but maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I could have just been frustrated with the situation and not, like, I just didn't want to hear any excuses, so it is what it is. Wednesday, the 25th, the day before Thanksgiving, I go to check my mail, and what is here? A set of Victoria Model Flosses. So I had already been refunded and they still sent me these. So I don't know who sent them, if it was Tom or Nancy or what the situation was, but I was refunded and I still got a set. So I'm thankful that they righted it at least, but still I don't want anything to do with their club at this time. If their customer service gets better, maybe. Right now, no. So this is what I got. I got Tempting Teal, Twilight Time. This is very pretty. I love that. Homestead, which now looking at this, I think I like this color better than that other golden color I just showed you. Pink Expression, the Fireside, and Glory. So these are very, very nice colors, and I absolutely love Victoria Model Flosses. They're beautiful. They're a dream to stitch with, but like I said, I shouldn't have to fight every month to get my order. Once was enough, and I'm not going to put myself in a position to let that happen again. So if you've had problems with them, as shitty as it sounds, the threat to open a claim with my bank about getting my money back was enough to right my situation. And it does sound shitty, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I feel like I gave them the benefit of the doubt long enough, but to be told in the end, on 3 different occasions, that I was going to be getting a tracking number and I never did. That's shady to me. So, Heaven and Earth Designs, that's it. Long story long. Heaven and Earth Designs was having a sale. I think it's still going, as a matter of fact, until tonight, maybe. So I got 2 charts. Minnie, Maui Mermaid, because I've been wanting something with some more color, lots of color, and it's so freaking cute. And 10 by 13 on 25 count. So I think I have fabric for this. I don't know if I have the floss for it, but I'm digging the thing. Now what it trips out on me is, why is this so small? And this one is so big. So I got Quick Stitch Day and Night. Now they didn't have a mini of this, so I had to get the full size version. Now tell me, if any of you guys like know Haid, Michelle, why is it called a quick stitch if it's still 20 by 16 inches? That is not a quick stitch. The mini makes sense, but this is not a quick stitch. But it's pretty. It's freaking gorgeous. I don't have fabric for this either, so it won't be started anytime soon. This is a Hannah Lynn, and this is a Nadia Stralkina. Next, I pre-ordered this a long time ago from Stitch Me. Isn't it beautiful? So this is a Bella Filipina called Bellatrix. Oh, it's freaking gorgeous. Isn't it freaking beautiful? So there it is. I don't have that fabric. So this is moving into like haul plans, because this is still haul, but then plans. So this is the last thing that I got. I put her that a while back too. It took her quite some time to get it to me, but this is the floss list. So floss list and Mill Hill and Treasure. So my question to you guys, because I want to start this, I don't have fabric for it. And I don't have a piece of fabric big enough to dye either, because it's 185 by 300 stitches high. So if I did it on 14 count 8, it'd be 13 by 21 and a half. I don't have anything that big that's not dyed already. So I have this piece of 18 count Huntress from Stitch Me, Ada, but it's opal. So is this too much if I start her on this, if it has Mill Hill beads and 2 treasures? Oh no, I was thinking it was Petite Treasure Braid. It's not. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Krynics, which I already have black. Oh, I need 3 blacks, 3 black Krynics. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm like. Is it too much? The Krynic goes in these here on the bottom and the beads, and then in her dress here and her arm here, and the treasures are hanging here. And so I'm like, is the opal too much for that? I don't know, because I really love this color for it. I just wish it wasn't opal, and I don't have a lot of opal. I think I have 2 opals, this one and one more, because I don't care for it. Well, from Stitch Me, I have 1 thing of opal that I'm gonna do the houses, the Santa's Village on opal. This catching it. So what do you guys think? Is it too much? I feel like it's too much, but then I don't at the same time. And I'm like, I want to start it, but then I'm like, ugh, because what if it doesn't Like I start stitching it and then it's for real too much and doesn't come out right. And I made myself a working copy already, so that's what this is. But it calls for a lot of DMC and it has a lot of back stitching. 4 Krynex, a water lily, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different beads. But 2 of them are treasures. And the seed beads I could probably find at Hobby Lobby because they have a bunch. Maybe Joann's. I don't know. I'm really trying not to shop at Hobby Lobby. Ugh. Hobby Lobby's the devil. Anyway. Tell me what you guys think about that because I need to know. So plans. Moving on with plans. I already talked about the 22 count hardanger. So I made a bunch of project bags. I have this one. So this is Helen D's tutorial. And I like it, but I don't like the zipper at the top. So I made a bunch of these. And then I went looking for more. Kindred Stitcher has a great tutorial. It's a little hard to follow, but I got the she told you where she got the pattern from, so I printed that out. And so watching her video with the pattern in my hand, I was able to better understand how to make the bag. And I made one which I can't show, but it came out freaking gorgeous. But it's a little more advanced than these because the panels are different sizes and this one's the same. So I just did these ones for now because they were super easy to cut. I cut them all, boom, 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 made them all up. So this was the first bag and I stuck, what did I stick in here? Once Upon a Fairy Tale. That's what I stuck in this bag. So this now sits in my project bin. Isn't that cute? Ugh. And I made this with fat quarters. So you need 4 fat quarters or a yard of fabric or 2 yards because we don't need a different liner. Okay. Oh, so many interruptions. I have no idea what I was saying last. I started hanging more hooks there because my kids are just out of control and I ran out of the clear command glue, so I had to use the white command glue, and my tags are clear so the white sticks out like a sore thumb because the clear glue that I had is dry as a rock. We got a pack at Home Depot and I have the hooks, but the clear glue, the side that goes to the wall, completely hard as a freaking rock. So anyway, Kindred Stitcher's bag is a freaking amazing. Now, I started making bags and okay, when you make a bag like this with the vinyl, you have the top here and this strip. This is a really stupid one because the cuts are just weird. I made this one recently too. But you have to do this top strip, this bottom strip, and then you have the border around it. Well, on Kindred Stitcher's bag, you can get away without doing the biased strips on the bag. You could still make it work with a piece of vinyl. Hers didn't have a piece of vinyl in it, but the way that they did the bag, there's this clear pocket here. You can still totally do the vinyl. This isn't a pocket. They put a piece of cross stitch here. You can do the vinyl instead of this. Way easier than doing the bias tape. Just saying, throwing that out there. So I would suggest going to her project bag tutorial, watching it, downloading the pattern, reading it, following along so you get an idea of how it's supposed to go. If it confuses you a little bit because I found that she doesn't actually show the process of doing it. She just kind of talks about it. And so it's kind of harder. Like she kind of shows it, but she doesn't show any of the sewing part. Anyway, long story long. So That's a different bag. I plan on making more. I don't have any liner fabric. I have a bunch of like outer fabric, and not that it matters, but then they wouldn't match. They'd be totally like wonky sizes. So I made more of the what tutorial was this? Oh, the Helen D ones. So I actually have another one sitting over there out of this material because I had gotten a full yard of it. And well, I got a full yard of the truck one and a full yard of the liner fabric, and so with 2 yards I can make 2 bags. So I still have another one here, but I had run out of the current roll of the interfacing that I was using, and I didn't feel like cutting the yard that I had. So I made these 3. So I made one of these. I'll have 2 of these when I'm done, and they're big. They'll fit an 11 by 11 Q-snap, and they'll fit a Haid. And then I made this one, which is beautiful, and then I made this one with the sugar spools, and this one has glitter on it. So once I'm gonna make more because I need a ton of bags first of all, and so when I do make more, I am hoping that I'll be able to have a couple extra for giveaways and maybe selling. I don't know yet. I haven't quite gotten that far, but giveaways for sure. So the second bag that I have cut up for this, I'm gonna give away. We'll do that in this video. It's gonna look exactly like this. It's gonna have the trucks on the outside. It's gonna have a top zipper that looks like this. It'll probably be orange, and then it's gonna have the inside polka dot, well, the inside orange and black fabric. I'm sorry, my lighting is changing, so it's getting dark, that's why. So giveaway for this. So if you guys want a project bag like this, just comment below that you would love a project bag. I'll keyword bag, just in case, but it's exactly like this. I have the fabric cut out over there. I just have to cut the interfacing for it and sew it together. It's so easy. But again, like I said, it will fit an 11 by 11 Q-snap in here. But if you have a lot of fabric on the Q-snap, it might get a little bit tight. With an empty, do I have an empty one? Yeah, I do. Let me get it. Here's my 11 by 11 with no fabric. So it's here. See how much room you have? You slide it in. So you can put extra fabric on here, but if you have like a Haid on it, it might be a little bit tight because there's only about 1.5 inches on the side. But I know a lot of people still use an 11 by 11 for not Haids. So there you go. So it'll fit anything else smaller than that. So there's that. Giveaway for bag. If you want to win a bag, just say bag. Project bag or bag. Don't say giveaway. Be over 18. And okay, so now I need to make a ton of these, but this is holding all of the Haids that I also kitted up last week. So one of my stitching days left. I didn't leave. I didn't stitch that day because I kitted up. So I watched Dexter. I'm on season 2, I think, of Dexter. I think it's season 2. What's his name just died? What was his name? The bald guy. He just died. And Rita just announced that she thought she was pregnant. That's the episode I'm on. So anyway, during my little binge, I kitted up 4 Haids. If you didn't know what Haid is, it's Heaven and Earth Designs. So the first thing that I have in here is Quarantine Cats. This is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see without the glare. You know what? I'll put a picture here because that's going to look better. I'll let you look at that picture for a second while I hop over here to Instagram so I can tell you who I'm selling this with. So Amy and I, Sprinklestein, decided that we were going to do this together. But we also decided that somebody else was going to stitch with us. Sassy Fiber Arts also was kitting this up the other day last week, and Amy commented on her post saying that me and her were going to be New Year New starting this. And so now it's me, Sassy Fiber Arts, and Sprinklestein stitching this together. So on Instagram, I'm amy.ellingsworth. I have it written down in the description box, so go follow me there. And I also started a new Instagram for Mystical Diamondaire. It's a business account, so if you want all of the diamond painting stuff, go over there. So yeah, New Year New Start. I kitted up most of this. I still need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I need quite a bit. I need about 20 skeins. 20 colors still. But I have 20 out of 90. It's not too bad. So I got most of it. So I put that in here. I'm also waiting on the fabric. I don't have fabric for this yet because Amy has some 28 count that she didn't like that she's sending me. And it'll be enough to stitch this, I believe. So then we'll do this one last. This one has, let me close the door. I didn't realize how loud my husband had the TV until right now. Jeez. I hope you guys can't hear it. So this bag with the sugar skulls and the glitter, I kitted up. So I showed you guys the floss that I got at Joann's for this, I think last time. So I decided to put it in a thing. This is Everyday Witch Tarot 5 of Wands by Elizabeth Elba. And it looks like this. Oh, I love it. There's 5 witches, 5 cats. They're standing in a brick walkway or something. And a bubbling cauldron with some flames spilling out. And they're all chit-chatting and all their familiars are at the bottom. So I kitted up a lot of this. And I still need quite a bit of colors in this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20. I still need about 30 colors out of 88, which again isn't bad. And most of the colors, a lot of the colors that I need are in the 3800s, and the DMCs, the new DMCs, the ones from 0 to 210 or 200, whatever those were. Because I didn't get those when I bought my CXC floss. None of those colors were in there. So I'm going to see, because I think there's some US distributors of CXC. I think I'm going to get in touch with them and see if they can get me all of the ones that I need for all of these kits and get those over to me. And then we'll see from there. If not, I'll just go to 123 Stitch and get them. I might even try getting some Sullivans because Amy and I were chatting about Sullivans, and they're pretty inexpensive and I've heard really good things about them, and it's all colors that I don't have it all in here. So if I didn't have the skein, well, this one, what I did with the duplicate skeins are the ones that you need more than one, is I got them at Joann's because I don't have a lot of the ones that need more than one. I don't have. And then the rest of it I pulled from my stash, which is why there's a mix of bobbins. These are the ones I got at Hobby Lobby, and then also the hanging ones because I took them apart and hung them in my storage system. So I have that. And then, oh, this only one. The lining on this one is this teal pattern because it was what I had. I didn't have anything to match this perfectly, but it has this brighter blue, and then in the skulls is actually that teal here, and it looked good next to it, so I did that. Oh, and I used rainbow thread on everything. You guys see that? Right here's blue, I use rainbow stitching, so that's what you're gonna see because I can't be bothered to change the bobbins out every time. So I figured rainbow thread, why not? And then this bag is heavy son of a bitch. I got this gorgeous fall leaves pattern. I thought I had a yard of this too, but I didn't. I ended up with just a fat quarter. I don't know why. So I had this, and I used a blue distressed on the inside because that was literally all I had. I couldn't find anything to match, but it's fine because it's for me. This is the same Helen D bag. And then I kitted up two Hades. I have two Hades in here. Minnie, Amanda, and Axel by Hannah Lynn. And again, this one, roughly 20 colors out of, I can't see, probably 88, 90 because that's average. Even for the minis, you still need that many colors, but isn't that adorable? And then for these, I kitted them up using some of the stash that I got from, I think this is one of the ones that Amy sent me. I can't even remember. I can't keep it straight anymore. Maybe not. I might have gotten this from eBay. I can't remember. It's 25 count Lugana, and that's my test stitch. And I'm going to take it and show you guys here in a minute, but I'm going to show you the other one first. If I could finish this today, it's going to be a miracle. Okay, so let me show you the other one I kitted up. And then I kitted up Minnie, the Priestess. Let me show you what she looks like real quick. I don't know why, but I have been just obsessed with full coverage lately and just wanting to do full coverage on all of the things ever since my Harry Potter book covers, which I think I'm going to stitch right now in a little bit. So I kitted this one up too. And then their minis, I figured it's perfect because I have so many Hades. And then I just bought two more on the Thanksgiving sale. What the fuck is wrong with me? So I also I have a bunch of this 25 count Lugana from Zweigart. This is a blue color. And I thought 25 count is kind of like an odd thing. And if you did it over two, it's going to be small. It's like 12 count, 12 and a half count. So these pieces that I have, I still have a couple more perfect for the mini Hades. So the color doesn't matter because it's going to be framed, and I'm going to try to frame it close to the stitching so you can't see the background. Perfect. So this one's going to be fun. This one I have almost dropped a skein, or I dropped a bobbin. This one I have almost all the colors. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need maybe 15 colors for this one. Some are on bobbins, and so this is my system. This is what I do with the floss. I pull it, I undo it, I cut it so that I can just pull a strand out like this and it stays on here. I have a bunch of these cards made where I punched holes and then I hang them similar to the Annie's Keepers thing, but the cheap girl version. So there's that. And then I'm going to show you. I decided to do these 1/1 on 25 count, so I'm hoping that I don't regret it. And I test stitched it. So I was doing the 1/1. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this with how horrible the light is right now. Right here. Right here is the 1/1. And then right here is the 2/1. And Heaven and Earth says that all of their things are done 2/1. But if you see, shoot, I don't have a needle. Let me use this pen. If you can see here, right here, it's already pushing the thread over into the next one so that there's no space here. And that's only 2 rows. You can tell on this second row how tight the stitches are here in the middle, and I was just not going to be messing with that. And then look how clean the 1/1 is. So clean and nice. So I think for the minis, it's going to be perfect. I don't know if I need to get rid of this yet or not. I might not, but it's okay. It's a couple of stitches, and I left the strands hanging so that if I do need to take it off, I can. So this is obviously very old Zweigart, and I don't even know if you can still get Zweigart like this anymore because I've never seen it. And let me see if it has a year on it. Literally has nothing. Doesn't say anything. So yeah, this one's pink, but it's gonna work fine. So there is all of my kitted up haze and part of my plans. And also I'm short a project bag, and when I was kitting these up, I have all of these bags left over from charts. Let me turn that back on. From charts, because I take them out and put them in my binders, and so I have a bunch of these bags, and so I just stuck them in here, all of them for now, until they all get their own project bag. Like the other 2 I can take out already and put in there. So yeah, this weekend I'm also gonna work on, I have not done it yet. I told you guys I was gonna do it in November, but I will get the PDF up for my Halloween chart. I will get the PDF fixed and put up in there. There's a couple of tweaks that I haven't figured out how to make as far as the back stitching because of the way it was charted. And then there was one more thing. Oh, I showed you guys that I worked on the linen and thread thing. I replaced the floss for it. I bought 5 new skeins, but unfortunately I don't think those 5 are going to be enough because when I ordered the 5 skeins, he hadn't threw up on it yet. I ordered them like around the same time, like maybe even the same day. So it was like a weird coincidence that he threw up on them when I ordered more because I knew I didn't have enough. I think I had 2 skeins left. Anyway, I don't know how long this video is because I'm not even kidding you. It's broken up into like, what is my lighting doing? It's broken up into like 5-minute segments, and you can tell when I started this video it was clearly daylight, and now it's clearly not. It's only 5:15, but I think I started recording this like at 3. Yeah, anyway, so I think I'm gonna go stitch. I really wanted to bust out a diamond painting today, and then I didn't. I kind of want to start one of these Heaven and Earth minis, and for the minis, hold on, let me check which one's which. So Quarantine Cats cannot be started till January. Everybody's doing, this is a full coverage and I don't have, not full coverage, but it's a big one, and I don't have the fabric for it, the tarot. Everybody's doing 2021 no new starts. I am not. I think the only thing I'm doing is just not buying anything or as much things because I have too much, and I've been doing like PDFs and things, and PDFs have absolutely no value whatsoever, and so I think I'm gonna stop with the PDFs. Autumn Lane Stitchery came out with that new autumn or fall or whatever it was chart. Love it, but I'm waiting for them to get the cardstock one in because I'm gonna order the cardstock one, because the PDFs, once they're done, they're done. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get my money's worth by stitching the damn thing, but if my stash is gonna have any value, it's gonna be the resale value of the paper charts. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start Amanda and Axel because I'm not in a super hurry to finish anything else. I have my temperature tree, which I can totally finish before January, but there's no way I'm going to finish the linen and threads one because I just fell way too behind, and that flower pot is kicking my fucking ass. I think I'm going to go sit and start this, to be honest, because it looks like fun. I'm kind of tempted to start in the middle, but then kind of not, because it uses a lot of 310. How many schemes? I just happened to, so when the pandemic first hit and we first started going into lockdown, somebody was like, oh my God, they're going to, there was a shortage of 310, or I don't know. So I freaked out because I was stitching, what is it? Chopping Mall. And so in Chopping Mall, I thought, you know what? Oh my God, what if I run out of 310 and then I can't finish it? So I went to Walmart, bought all the 310 they had that time. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and they were low. So I bought all the 310 they had. And then like I went to Walmart again and bought all the 310 again. And to have a lot of 310 now. So the way that they've charted this 2/1 on 25 count, you need 8 skeins of 310. And I don't think I put the 310 in here. No, I didn't. So I'm going to have to pull my 310, which I should only need 4 skeins because I'm doing 1/1. So my only thing is I don't know how long it's going to take because you're doing full crosses. But I've tried doing 2/110 on 25 count and I still didn't like the coverage either. The same thing for, that's what Heaven's Window is 25 count 2/110, and I feel like it's just a little too thin. I don't know, but that's it. That's all my plans. I'm also working on getting some kind of planner going because all of my planners are running out this year, and this is my happy planner. And happy planners, well, the ones that I get are undated, and so I can literally pick up anywhere and start the month. But see, like back in the beginning of October, I tried to start planning it again, and then I just didn't. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do away with the stickers and start planning again normally with just like checklists and stuff, because I still have all of this left to plan in. So I'm thinking of just using it up to do that. And then I also thought about getting a horizontal planner because it's got the lines to write in instead, because I want to keep everything in one place. I want to be able to keep track of my stitching, my work stuff when I post the videos, because if I use more than one planner, it's not going to happen. I have an academic planner that I was using that I absolutely loved when I was on campus. I went through 2 of these. I bought last year in 2019, I bought a 6-month one. Loved the hell out of it. So when this new semester started, I started using it. When spring started, I went and bought me a new one, and I love the way that all these boxes are broken down in so that I could keep track of all of my homework. And I did just that until the pandemic hit, and then I didn't need to anymore because everything was back to, it was online, so I stopped keeping track of everything. This is March. This is when the pandemic hit. So look right here, there's homework. And then nothing. I didn't use it the rest of the time. Summer came. I was keeping track a little bit in the summer because I had 5 classes over the summer. And then I stopped once fall hit because I just don't need to keep track of it as much when everything's online. So this was a complete waste of money. The thing about these academic planners is you can get them customized where they fill in your classes for you. But since I was doing a year, it says subjects. So I would write down all of my subjects here, and then I would fold the page and just keep it for the next week so that it would just go all the way across, and I would keep it like that the whole month. So I've wasted this whole fucking planner because of the pandemic. Anyway, this is way too rambly. That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go stitch. My hands hurt like a bitch because I was crocheting. Oh, I still didn't bring you guys the blanket. I pretty much finished a blanket. I'm going to post a picture of it here so you guys can see that, because I ran out of the red and nowhere has it. Walmart doesn't have it online. Hobby Lobby only has their own yarn. And my Joann's is closed all week because we're in lockdown. So I have to go to the store tomorrow to do our normal pickups. We're out of creamer. We're out of cat food. And so, I mean, like, we had enough for today. The cats probably have another 2-3 days of food. But I put the last of the bag in there today. So I'm going to have to go get cat food and those couple of food things that we ran out of. So I'm going to go to Walmart in the morning. And I'm hoping that they have the red. If not, I'm going to finish it in the white. Because I found... somewhere online had it, but I had to order 5 skeins, and I don't want 5 skeins. I'm trying not to buy yarn. I'm trying to finish the yarn that I have. So, I don't know, you guys. This is it. That's long. I don't know how long this video is because, like I said, this is the longest clip in this thing, and I'm at almost 15 minutes. Everything else is seriously 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, a minute and a half. I'm not even kidding you. So, if this makes it to YouTube, a miracle happened. So, alright guys, I'm gonna go. I'll see you later.